Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be showing you my everyday makeup routine, the makeup look that works the best on me. And so I just wanted to give a little tutorial on how I do it and show all the products that I use. So I hope you enjoy. Okay, so first things first, I usually will just do a rough ponytail just to keep the hair away from my face, so I have kind of like a clean canvas. And the first thing I typically do, I suffer from dry and dehydrated skin, so the most important thing that I have to do, and a step that I cannot skip, is to moisturize my skin before I put any makeup on. Or throughout the day, what I'll notice is my makeup will start to crack and my face will look like it's peeling. So I usually will go in with a really light face oil. And so right now I'm using this one by True Botanicals, the Pure Radiance Oil. I'll make sure to list all the products that I'm using in this video down below as well. Yeah, everything that I'm going to show you today are like my favorite stuff to use. So I'll just apply a little bit of oil, especially in the areas where I get really dry and flaky, which is around my nose area, my cheeks, and yeah, mostly around the nose area over here. And then whatever's left over, I'll put it on my forehead and my neck. And after I go with the oil, I'll use a moisturizer. I also like to use a light moisturizer, and so I've been loving this The Ordinary Natural Moisturizing Factors plus HA. And so I'll just do a small amount, and again focus it on the same areas in my face. If you see me looking over here, it's because I have my mirror here, just to make sure I'm actually putting it in the right spots, you know. And now moisturizer is done. The last thing that I make sure always to moisturize, and I think this is a really good tip, and it just makes my lip stain, lip gloss, or lip liner, whatever I'm putting on my lips, stay on even longer and just look its best. I always use this Laneige lip sleeping mask. I've talked about this multiple times on my Instagram and my other platforms. I swear by this. I use it every morning, night, and honestly I kind of use it as a regular lip balm too. It just is the only product that I've found that can keep my lips hydrated, because again, I suffer from dry skin, and including my lips. If I don't use this, I find that it cracks, especially in the corners here, and this part of my lip I'll start to peel if I don't use this. So I just make sure to always moisturize my lips, especially before I put makeup. Okay, so typically the first thing makeup product that I'll use is my Marc Jacobs coconut primer. Yes, this is in the shade Invisible Undercover 30. It's a perfecting coconut face primer. This I recently just discovered a couple of months ago, and people have said that it's the best at keeping your skin moisturized while you have makeup on, and it does kind of feel like a light moisturizer, light lotion, and I've been really loving it every time I put my makeup. So after I put my primer, I will go in with my Hollywood Flawless Filter. This is from Charlotte Tilbury. I've had this for a while, and I really love it. I use the shade 4 medium, and it's kind of just, again, like a flawless filter before you put any foundation on. So it does have a little bit of a tint, but it's not really full coverage or anything. It just gives you a light shimmer and and I found that I love putting this under my concealer or my foundation. And sometimes on days where I don't really want to wear full makeup but I feel like my skin is uneven in tone, I will usually just put this on and kind of just rub it all over with my hands, put some blush on, and I'm pretty much good to go. But yeah, so I typically just put one in my forehead, on the upper parts of my cheeks, my nose bridge, and my chin. And I'll go with my foundation brush and just blend that in. So the next thing I'll do is I'll go in with my foundation. I only have two foundations that I really switch off with, and these are my two absolute favorite ones, and I just keep going back to it, and I haven't really tried others out because they just work so well with me. One is the Luminous Silk Foundation by Giorgio Armani. I'm sure a lot of you have heard about this. It's all over on, you know, social media, and for good reason. It is so nice on your skin. It's very light. It's more of a light to medium coverage. It's definitely a buildable foundation, but again, I usually like to wear my makeup pretty light anyway, just a natural looking makeup look. So this one, I guess that's why I really enjoy this one. I use the shade 5.75. So this is a liquid foundation. I usually would pump this on my palm and use a beauty blender. I find that that's the best way to use this foundation. But recently I've been really loving the Hourglass, what is this called? The Vanish Stick. So it's a foundation stick by Hourglass. I use the shade Ivory, and so it just comes in this twistable applicator. Love the consistency of this too. It's a cream foundation. So usually with my foundation I'll do 3 stripes on the corners of my face, do one down my nose, on the chin, and this triangle on my forehead, and then 2 dots on the corner. And I find that it works best with a buffing brush compared to my beauty blender. So I will usually also, for extra hydration, I'll use a facial mist. This one I'm using is by Ciara's Time Is Running Out Mist. Just spray this twice and I'll start buffing out my foundation. So typically I don't even put concealer anymore, but I'm just gonna show you anyway just because we're doing a whole makeup routine. So I use the Forever Skin Correct by Dior. I use the shade 2 Neutral, 2N, and I will usually just put 1 dot in the corner, in the inner corner of my eye, do one here, there, here by my nose area, because that's where, like, this part around my nose and lip area is where my makeup will start coming off first because of like sweat and drinking and eating and all that stuff. And then I'll usually just do a swipe on the top corner of my eye. Now that that's finished, you see how it's just very natural looking, but it definitely looks like it cleared up my skin a little bit. and that's typically just how I like to do my makeup every day. So after that, what do I do? I'll usually go in with my bronzer. Yes, Soleil Tandy Chanel. I believe it only comes in one shade. Yeah, I think it's just called like Bronze Universal. A stippling brush, and this is what I use for my bronzer. Next thing I'm gonna go in with is my blush, and this is the product I guess that I have the most products of, like different shades from different brands and all that stuff. I'm just gonna show you two of the ones that I have been using the most, and it's this first one is from Nude Sticks, and it's in the shade Sunkissed. The other one that I've been really loving lately is from Merit. It is in the shade Cheeky. So usually just do a straight line like this, kind of going in a angle. And I am not afraid to use blush because it may look like a lot at first, but especially in the summer when you start to sweat and all that stuff, obviously it'll start to fade. And that's why I'll show you later, I usually mix different blushes too, just to give it more of an impact and for it to last longer on my face. And I'll always put some on this part of my nose. I don't know why, but I've just started doing it maybe a year ago, and I just love how it looks. Sometimes I'll even put like a tiny amount on my eyelids, and I'll use this Real Techniques stippling brush. It's pretty similar to the MAC one that I was using for my bronzer, and these kinds of brushes are just the best in my opinion for cream products. So yeah, I'll just be blending this in, and you can already see how natural it's all coming together. So you see how it just gives like a slight color to my face, just so it's not all flat in one color. And I don't know, it really looks very natural, and that's the vibe every day. And so sometimes I'll even, if I'm feeling funky, I'll mix in two different blushes. So this one is a little bit of a pinker blush than the other one. The other one was more like coral. Oh, sorry, not coral, like on the mauve shade. So I usually will mix two different kinds of pink shades, and it just looks really nice together. Next thing I'm gonna do is go in with my highlighter. I'll be using the Beauty Light Wand Easy Highlighter by Charlotte Tilbury. I'll typically just do a cream or liquid highlighter first. And I'm using the Real Techniques setting brush. I know this is probably made for setting your under eyes with like powder, but I just feel like it's really soft, so it's easy to blend for my highlighter, and it's the perfect size for my face, so I just use it for that. Okay, so now that I've done the liquid, I'll go in with the Opal Becca highlighter, and I'll just go over the same places that I did my other highlight with, the cream version, and I'm obsessed with it. So yeah, that's basically how I do my face makeup. And the only other thing I'll always do is my brows. So I like to use this Anastasia Beverly Hills brow definer, and I use it in the shade dark brown. And so it comes with two ends. One is like the spoolie, then the other one you just twist out for the product. And I have pretty thick brows, so I'll usually go with the natural growth of my brows. I don't really need to fill it in so much, but I still like to do it just in case there's any sparse hairs or like, I don't know, holes in between. So that looks good. And for the stuff that I have planned for today, I don't really need mascara, so I'm not going to do that. But I'll link down below my favorite mascaras that I use. Again, I don't have much, and I haven't tried a lot because I don't really love to put mascara on. It really depends on where I'm going. It's not an everyday kind of thing. And then typically I will go on and do my lips. So I go in with a lip liner. So this one is from Charlotte Tilbury. It's the Lip Cheat Reshape and Resize Lip Liner in Hot Gossip. This one and Pillow Talk are my favorite lip liners that I always tend to gravitate towards. And I mean, even that is honestly good enough, but I will typically go in with a lip oil or a lip gloss that has a tint as well. And I've been obsessed with using this one from Merit. It's a tinted lip oil, and it's in the shade Marrakesh. Just this mauve but pinkish shade. And again, it's the most natural, closest natural shade to my lips. And I don't even like to put too much of it. I'll usually just fill the bottom part of my lips, and then I'll do this, and whatever transfers over is pretty much good enough. And then I'll wipe the applicator and just touch up the top if it needs a little more. That's been my favorite lip combo lately. So this is the final makeup look. So that is it for my everyday makeup routine. I hope you guys enjoyed it and learned some things. I'm not a professional, obviously, but hope you enjoyed this one, and stay tuned for my next vlog or my next video. I upload every Tuesday, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.